Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick.
Naga Siren.
Radiant team pick.
Dazzle.
Patience while the Radiant team chooses.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got game 3 of 4 coming up today. We've got Sigma International versus Ahead Gaming. How you feeling, Merlini? We got a little Chick-fil-A during the break. You look, you look like a new person now. Wider eyes, brighter smile.
I'm excited.
You're glowing all around.
Remaining.
I'm full.
I'm full.
That's
I'm full as well. Actually, well, I still smell my sandwich over there, but I don't know.
so Sigma was a little slow in getting in the lobby, so blame them.
Yeah, we were a little slow, and unfortunately, Sigma have 2
now
stand-ins
for the
here,
Dire
and that's
team.
They played with Funzy before.
They've played with Funzy, but they're big stand-ins. They're instead of fucking Mad and Fada.
Yeah,
those are
Fada's
2
I
big
think is
players.
more important.
Yeah, they're both playmakers though.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, don't sell Mad short.
He's a drafter.
He might, yeah. That's a big deal.
Eh.
Nah,
What's ahead?
what's a drafter?
It's a head.
What's a drafter? So let's gander at the
10
rosters.
seconds
We looked at it
remaining.
before we got into the game, but ahead we just saw him.
Dire
Arzeek,
team back.
Sima the Slayer, Undershock, Judo, Obi-Wan, Banan. You guys should know Sigma International, some familiar faces, but I reckon we hop into this draft. Merlini, how you feeling about it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, let's do this thing, big baby.
10 seconds
I
remaining.
hate the way this thing is. There we go. All right. So
Radiant team
this
ban.
was a first pick Naga Siren coming out from Sigma International. Dazzle SLTV, the dubious duo picked up by Ahead.
It's not dubious.
It's not dubious. What
No,
is it?
It's not dubious. It's awesome.
Isn't. Wait, what does dubious mean?
Dire
Dubious
team
means
ban.
questionable.
I thought it meant like sneaky, like dubious, like you're making mischief, like you're a little rascal, you know?
Dubious, hesitating or doubting, not to be relied on upon, suspect.
Oh, I've been misusing dubious for a very long time. I
10
really thought
seconds remaining.
it was like equivalent to calling somebody like a little rascal, like, oh, you're so dubious.
5 seconds
It
remaining.
means
It has nothing to do with being in trouble.
dubious means, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Well, shit.
Radiant team
All right.
ban.
Well, now you know.
We all learned something new today. That's good news.
Radiant's team pick.
So, well, anyway, the potent duo, the
Dynamic duo.
the dynamic duo. There you go. That's the cliche. I
The
was looking
dominating
for.
duo.
The dominators. They are.
So
the
we
hell
have
of
the drafter
dominators.
for Sigma is Miggle,
Mhm.
and the drafter for
Yes,
Ahead is
oh,
RZQ.
RZQ.
RZQQ.
Yeah. So Clockwork and Naga. I'm very curious
10
how they're
seconds
going to run this
remaining.
Naga. Is Sigma a team that likes to do the Radiance Naga, or is
I
this going
think
to
they're
be the old
flexing more.
5 seconds
than
remaining.
they
support?
can.
Maybe they haven't decided yet. Kind of flex pick going on.
TBD.
Feel it out.
TBD.
Reserve time.
To be determined. Yeah.
That was a little bit scary because if you weave and then you sleep, the weave still ticks.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can actually weave during it. I'm not actually sure if you like cast it like during it if it ticks, but they're on the same team, so or they're on opposite teams, so it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, I don't know about the casting while asleep, but I know it definitely ticks
Yeah,
while
no,
they're
it
sleeping.
definitely ticks while you're sleeping.
Which is good. That is definitely one thing that Dazzle brings
It's
to the
bad
table.
for Naga.
Bad for Naga, yeah. It's good for Dazzle.
Yeah, or you can wear it off though with Naga, so don't always think of it as that way. If it's like 10 seconds remaining, you can sleep it off
Yeah, that's true.
like she's hungover.
Like she's hungover. Now, the thing about the Radiance Naga is they are dire, and if she's going to be solo mid, that strategy tends to work better on the Radiant because of that little medium camp there that you can pull and stack and move to and utilize, but it's still possible to do on the dire side.
I don't really think it affects that much.
You don't think so?
No.
Arteezy may beg to differ.
No, I think it matters. I just don't think it matters as much as, let's say, a Shadow Fiend or like a Dark Seer or a Storm Seer.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend.
Time now for the dire team to choose.
Dude, Solomon Dark Seer used to be really popular.
Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty legit. We've seen
while
people
the
do it a little
Radiant's
bit on
team
6.8.
chooses.
It's not.
You have to be a
It's not
good
bad.
Dark Seer player, though.
The problem is he just can't shut people down. It's good like
You
Dark
should
Seer
melee hero.
farms.
You crap melee heroes, dude.
Well, yeah.
He
Okay.
poops on them.
You're right. I guess that's true. I was in my head when I said that I was picturing OD. I don't know why Dark Seer versus OD was the match that I had
No.
going on in my head.
No, you do not.
Oh,
On OD.
Oh, chat's really laying into me, Merlini.
10
After
seconds
you
remaining.
slayed me with the dubious duo. It's almost like
I give you
5
English
seconds
lessons.
remaining.
cut me with a knife.
Well, at least I didn't let you think it was.
Reserve
think
time.
what it, yeah.
I respect it, man. I like to be corrected. You know.
Dude,
grammar
learning
and stuff.
English is hard. English is horrible.
English is hard. There are some grammatical things. It's weird how it changes as you get older. There are some things when I was younger, like the whole like me and Merlini instead of Merlini and I. I used to not be able to hear the difference, and now when I still say me and Merlini.
The biggest
sometimes,
thing
but-
that I think is common that people still do is if it's a hypothetical situation, it's like if I were to draft SLTV, it's supposed to be if I were to
now
instead
the
of if I
Radiant team
was
is
to. That's
batting.
the
This should be
that's the
interesting.
biggest thing that I hear that most people
that is
make mistake.
that is definitely
It's like
one that I
subjunctive
screw up.
form.
Yeah, screw up a lot.
If it's like a hypothetical or future situation.
My big thing is trying to get rid of words that don't make any sense or don't exist.
10
One of the big
seconds
ones is
remaining.
irregardless.
Ew.
That's not a thing,
Not
man.
a word.
That's not even
5
close to
seconds
a word.
remaining.
What, if it's already regardless, if you're earing the regardless, then you would just be regarding.
Well, I mean, there's
silly.
some really silly things like valuable and invaluable, which mean the exact same thing.
about
Dire
yeah,
team
yeah, that's
bad.
true.
How? I mean, English is silly.
It's silly.
So
indeed.
is
Your good friend Disruptor gonna get picked up here though. The
Disruptor is
playmaker.
sick. He is so good versus Abaddon. He is really good with
Radiant's
Mirana
team
too.
pick.
Roast them and toast them. There's
He
gonna be a
is-
shake and bake.
The only problem is like, I don't know. I think they have burst. Like if someone gets arrowed, someone's gonna die anyways.
Sigma didn't use their final band. They
that's
ran out of
right.
time. Oh, ah!
Nice.
Merlini's Tidehunter. Wow, this is a Merlini draft.
Yo, this is a. I wouldn't have drafted Abaddon here. Abaddon doesn't do anything.
Hey, we have some stats here for Abaddon
SLTV.
and SLTV. Although not on this particular team, but Rock's Kiss is the team that is 6-0 with SLTV Abaddon. So this is actually a really ridiculously scary tri-lane from ahead if that's what they're going to do.
Slaughter
Dazzle-
doesn't do that much though versus. Abaddon doesn't do that much versus like walking a Dister. So I don't necessarily like the Abaddon pick, but Tidehunter is awesome. But Tidehunter also does very poorly against Disruptor. You draft a Static Storm, he can't crack at anything.
Mhm.
So I like Tidehunter, but not in this draft. Not against Disruptor. Disruptor is too potent.
Yeah. Well, let's
He's too
hop-
dubious.
Yeah, he's too dubious.
He's very dubious in this draft though.
But Slardar Dazzle Abaddon, it's incredible.
Let's
Abaddon
do
is
this.
great in this kind of a scenario because he'll allow Slardar to
Not-
be a little bit more
In
manly.
this situation, it's not that great. They don't have any like super long disables. They have Net and they have Crystal Maiden,
Well, that's
Frostbite.
okay. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Eh.
It doesn't cleanse as much as it could, but it still does a pork ton of damage,
Like,
and will still give Slardar the HP buffer.
Nah,
Yeah, you
nah.
don't know Legusta?
Like I think Dazzle's already good enough for that. I would prefer to see like more setup or more counter initiate. I guess Abaddon is counter initiate, but like more setup for Slaughter because like what do they have right now? Arrow, Moonlight Shadow, Ravage, and Slaughter.
Well, I'm talking in the laning phase.
Oh, in the laning phase.
I'm
is
talking
amazing.
tri-lane. I'm
I
not
think they'll
talking
already
about-
win their safe lane tri-lane though. Like a Sigma's tri-lane. I mean,
Well, I was thinking they might go aggro Crag here, but yeah, I don't know why. You don't.
Slardar
need
is
to
very difficult to go aggro with.
Not with this lineup. Not with a Dazzle Abaddon. Dude, that
30
Slardar can
seconds
go
to battle.
ham on some towers. He can be diving all over the place, slithering around and such, taking the trout and just going slapping
So
them
they
all
get a
over the
last
place.
pick Ember too. That is something that we also neglected to mention.
Yeah, well, I made a small note of it, but yeah, you're right. It's interesting to see him last pick. Low priority.
That's
and
that's a value pick.
that is a value 5th pick. He is so
But
good.
I mean, is he gonna survive though versus all this minus armor? I don't know.
I don't
There's
know.
3 sorts of minus armor, and there's nothing he can do about Rabbit. Maybe he can slide a fist dodge it. That's hard.
yeah,
Courage. It
that's
starts
pretty tricky. I don't know.
now.
Ember, like his problem is he's low armor. That's what like prevents him from just being total imba. Like, why is this guy alive? So minus armor works
Strategic
pretty
maneuvers
well
have
against
begun.
him.
Well, it's a
Only
mid
time
tide
will tell if they're
hunter.
any
I
good.
think he's going to be versus an Ember. I think, but no, wait, it's Paris. Funzy's usually the mid player, so I don't even think Tidehunter does that well versus Naga. He does okay. It's the battle of the sea creatures.
The battle of the sea creatures.
It's epic. It's an epic fight.
Oh my god,
Dude,
you're
I
right.
liked in Dota 1 they had all the like, you know, they had the
There were a lot of sea
Slytherins.
creatures. Yeah, Slytherins, a whole race of the Nagas and
And then they have like the Murlocs.
yeah.
Actually only one.
I don't know if it makes sense that Naga has such a high base movement speed with her like lack of legs. Like I don't know if Slytherin would make you faster.
Tidehunter is 310 too, so both these sea creatures, they're just like, I mean, they're kind of in the river though, so that would be so cool if you could have more move speed if you're a sea-based creature in the
There
river.
should be like an RP mode. It would be imba as hell. Don't even worry about balancing it, but just like if you're a sea creature, you do well in water. Like you can get a little fire pit or something where Doom gets extra damage.
If you're a tree, you're like invulnerable.
Yeah, Tree makes friends with all of his tree buddies. It's it can get crazy. Let's look at these rosters though. We got on the Radiant side, team ahead. Down in the bottom lane, it will be Judo playing on the SLTV. Dazzle being played by Obi-Wan Banan, and the scary duo is down here in the bottom. In the mid, they will have the solo Tidehunter being played by Undershot.
That was an ugly ass arrow. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
He had an ugly ass arrow, Steam of the Slayer. He was shielded. He was beaten on the Crystal Maiden. He probably could have gotten first blood. Crystal Maiden was running over here. Okay, she was running away because she was getting harassed, and he had a shield on, and he shot an arrow like over here, like through the tree line, and she just ran away.
While I was looking at your arrows, Paris got hit by an arrow.
Hey, well played.
And
I think it was a next level mind game. He's like, man, this bottom sucked was there. I don't even need to worry about it, and then Soksha just gets him.
Hey, that's a strategy, man. Make them think you're lagging, make them think you're bad. That was the classic.
It's more for pub play.
Yeah. Classic 2v2 WoW Arena strategy. Just get on your mount and run into the wall.
Jimmy does that. He like he makes people think that he's lagging.
Such a Jimmy play.
It is. He's like, look at this, guys. Look at this. See, now you know what Jimmy plays are.
Dude,
he does some funny stuff. He does some funny.
I want to hang out with Jimmy. He lives so close to us too. I want him to come over. I want to have beers with Jimmy and talk to him about the array of Jimmy plays.
Tidehunter's doing really well mid, 12-5 compared to the 10-0 from Naga, but Naga has a regen rune, so this should change very, very shortly. In the safe lane, we have 13-2 on that StarLadder. In the safe lane for Sigma, we have a 7-4 Ember Spirit, so ahead is doing well in this early game, especially on the back of that first blood. And yeah, Funzy just getting owned by that, or sorry, Soksha getting owned by that arrow.
Yeah, actually Funzy is taking a lot of damage in the mid lane, but Tide won't be able to secure a kill. I don't know if he had gushed. Maybe could have done something, but there's a regeneration rune, so he will play it safe. Now let's talk about the
2 gush. Dang. Why does he go 2 gush? Stealth Shield doesn't actually stack with Kraken Shell, but usually people get Kraken Shell as well as Stealth Shield, and you go 1-1-3 against melee.
Up top, Disruptor in some trouble. He will glimpse back to Mirana. SIGMA the Slayer hops forward. Now he could be in some trouble. Miggle.
Wow, this guy's a YOLO player. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
There was no way he was escaping out of that alive. Like, he could easily turn around or just kept running. Magic Stick, salve, live to fight another day. Wow. He did not want to live.
And while that was happening, Pasta did get a solo kill on Dazzle. I don't know, maybe his mindset was, I'm dead anyway, I might as well go for this kill, but I think he
he wasn't dead. No, he had Magic Stick. He had 4 Magic Stick charges, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get in his head. I don't know. That was an odd play, and he didn't even get the kill.
He just wanted the kill. Zenitian, he's just out for blood, dude.
I mean, look at this guy. He's going to go on the Crystal Maiden. Here's your opportunity for the arrow. They don't even need
Crystal Maiden was just out of position. Half HP.
But Arzik in some trouble now. He will get the Aphotic Shield off. Paris takes an arrow to the face. They might be able to set something up on this Ember. That poor man's shield doing some work. SIGMA only 1 point in the Star Storm, so he won't be able to secure the kill. But yeah, kind of a bloodbath up here. This Potom.
I like this game already.
I don't know if I like this Potom or hate him. He's crazy. he's out of control.
Love-hate relationship.
Well, definitely. It's very bad.
Look, Siren has no Stealth Shield, so she, even with that regen, she's still behind in terms of HP in this lane. She is out of regen. Undershock is level 6. He's going for the kill.
Ravage, can he get it?
Oh, wow.
Undershock.
No, he didn't have a mana for it. He had like 148. Man, that Ravager easily killed her.
He still could have gone for it, though. I mean, he had the mana pretty close.
Dude, that thing is 1025 radius, okay? 1025.
Yeah, he could have had that for sure. 200 damage. He can still do it.
Yeah, he can still do it.
I mean, Naga's like poking.
Naga's not that fast. All he needs is a Ravage, and that's it. Like, he doesn't even need
he can just straight Ravage, go hit her with the anchor.
He didn't even need a Ravage or a hit at that point.
Come on, man. This is a kill waiting to happen.
Not anymore. The opportunity has passed. You need 1 more GG branch.
Wow. I don't know. It is exciting to see this Tidehunter.
It's really important to kill Naga early, though. You can't let her get her fast radiance.
Yeah, and it appears that that's what she's going for. Just a pretty standard opener, Quelling Blade, boots, a couple of branches in bottle, 800 in the bank. Looks like she will just pull up. No point in ensnare. Pretty standard solo mid Naga stuff going on here. And let's see, SLTV still farming very nicely, 30 and 5. Ember Spirit actually getting shut down pretty hard up top.
Clock going for a kill on Obi-Wan Banan.
Uh-oh, here it is. But the creep wave will come just in the nick of time.
Oh, I thought he was going to make some ninja plays with the hook shot, but I think he probably would have died.
Yeah, Dazzle was looking for that sick shadow wave nuke down pass, but doesn't find it. Uh-oh, in the mid. Nope, thought something might happen, but it looks like there could still be a rotation. We see the Disruptor.
I don't know.
We'll see him on the high ground.
It's pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous going on the Tidehunter. Although he doesn't have Kraken Shell, it's still dangerous.
Yep. Invisibility rune up top. It will be the Tidehunter to grab it. Gush out on the Disruptor. Disruptor could be in some trouble here. There's the Ravage. Only connects with one.
What a sick sleep.
That's
That's huge.
very unfortunate. No, the sleep is good. The Ravage is
the
where
arrow was just slightly off, though.
I don't know. That was, yeah.
That was questionable.
Questionable for sure. Definitely a nice sleep, though. But as always, sleep with a very long cooldown. Ravage is a decent cooldown, but not quite as long as sleep. Now Tide just going hard on this CM. Abaddon comes in with the mist coil to finish her off. Tide just, oh boy, with that gush, man, that minus armor, it hurts.
Tide is awesome.
He is awesome. I might have to play a little bit of Tidehunter tonight. It's getting me in the mood. Now Funzy, he's in some trouble. He'll take some damage. Tide dropping his rotation. RZ coming in as well. Can they finish off this Naga? She'll make it back to the tower. One more auto attack. And 11 hit points.
He should have shielded. He should have shielded Tidehunter.
Double kill.
Oh, what happened? God, yeah, down bottom while we're looking at that. It looks like there will be a pause so we can do some post-analysis here. I saw Ember Spirit fly way down to the bottom. And, yeah, I guess they killed Clockwork and then Ember Spirit popped in. I was really looking at it.
That's totally worth it.
Yeah. Totally worth it, definitely. Would have been worth it if we had more map awareness, too.
Well, we were watching mid.
Yeah, we were watching.
At least we had an excuse. He should have shielded Tide, and then Tide could have chased, and then he missed coil, and then shield pops, and then she dies.
How do you feel about a value point in the Curse of Avernus? If he had it there, they would have killed Naga.
Yeah, this is true.
But is it worth it? Like,
Well, if he
generally
shielded,
speaking,
he would have killed
if
him.
he yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I mean, but is that? I mean, that 5% slow. That's like Oob style. It's more the speed bonus that a bad.
15% move speed's a lot.
No, 5% on level.
No, 15% move speed bonus.
For him, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, for your team.
It's for everyone.
Yeah, causing all units who attack the slowed enemy to gain increased movement speed.
Right, yeah. Okay.
So 15% move speed is a lot. So value point's really good, but the only problem is he's usually not attacking, especially in team fights. Like he needs level 6, and then all his skills are pretty good. Aphotic shield scales decently because you need that reduced cooldown, and then mist coil. Mist coil I would probably wouldn't level up. It depends. Sometimes I do.
Yeah. Just interesting food for thought there, especially since Abaddon. Mana issues, huh?
You can cut the camera.
Oh yeah, good call. Good thinking. So we are stuck in a pause here, although.
Hello, people.
It looks like, oh hey guys, how you doing? Okay there.
Yeah, we missed a couple kills, but ahead is. Do you think? I don't know. It just seems like the Tidehunter is. This is before Disruptor hits level 6 too, and he's still not able to get a kill because of the nice Naga sleep. So if Naga Siren just sleeps, or you just send her illusions in, and they can like Ember Spirit with the sort of fit. I don't really think that. Pressure on taps.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they don't have.
That's bad. Because Naga's not going to farm Radiant, they have nothing. They don't really have it. Bottom is not going to be able to handle it.
They don't have a good. They don't have any space creators. That's the problem. Like a Shadow Blade Dragon Knight, they don't have a Nixus. Someone that can come around and Sigma think twice about.
This is why I didn't like get a shot. Instead, they could just push down bottom, or push down mid, or push down top, and then limit the space. And then Abaddon is like, it's nice, but it only works against certain things. It's really good versus Bane. It's really good versus Potom.
Yeah.
But neither of those are on the opposing team, and Crystal Maiden's already feeding anyways. So. Yeah,
I mean, I was thinking that the Abaddon would be particularly good if they were going to do like an aggro try or something like that. That's where I was thinking Abaddon, Dazzle, and SLTV would be really potent together. And to credit Abaddon, he's been pretty active so far. He's 1-0-2.
But his usefulness is going to diminish as the game goes on.
It still doesn't make him
they can't force fights with Sigma. That's the big issue I see. and Sigma will just be more than content to farm out with Ember, farm out with Naga, get huge, spam him down with Sleight of Fist and Naga Siren images, and they can't do anything about it, and they can't also touch those heroes.
Yeah, and Funzy's really off to a good start. Him and Tide are just about tied on net worth.
Tide
right
should have
around
killed
3K.
her at least once.
Absolutely.
Probably twice.
It feels like Undershock is not the most experienced Tide player. I think he doesn't quite understand the full limits of like how much damage Tide can do, like when to go in, when to go out, because that one Ravage opportunity, that was a kill. That was absolutely a kill. So. I mean, I guess that kill on Naga would have slowed her down a little bit, but every second counts. Once she gets the Radiance, that's when
Tide
it becomes
Hunter's
unstoppable.
time to shine is like first 25 minutes of the game. Like and then after that, if you can get like Arcane Blink Refresher, then his time to shine is extended to like 45, 50.
Right.
But like early game, you have to capitalize. You have to get kills with Ravage. You have to get kills. Period. Tide Hunter is not a passive. Hey, let's trade farm against a Naga Siren. You're gonna get Radiance. You're gonna destroy me. So
that's kind of like trading farm Potom on Ember. Never a good idea.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work. It's silly. It's silly Willy.
It's really silly. So I'm scared for ahead. I don't think they can force the issue.
I'm scared as well. And they don't really have a great... I mean, they've got SLTV and Mirana. Two heroes that... Mirana, not a hard carry.
They snowball off kills, but they can't force kills.
Exactly. Mirana's kind of that mid-game. She does some magic damage. That's how she gets momentum and can use that farm to start hitting hard towards the late game. SLTV, same story, different chapter. He needs a lot of that early farm, gets the blink, and...
if they get blink, it's a completely different story.
Yeah. We saw that the other day where the team was falling behind. SLTV got blink, and that was the beginning of the turning of the tide, literally, when they were able to move around, pick up kills, and grab some momentum. The question is, will he be able to get blink before Naga gets, maybe not the Radiance, but gets the Relic? SLTV's not that close. He did go Power Treads first, 900 gold in the bank.
That really set him back.
Yeah, that's...
If he didn't die there, he had like 1,100 gold, and then...
And Naga...
Good.
Yeah, Tide is really good. I agree that I think Tide is undervalued
Naga's good
right
too.
now.
Okay.
Naga's very
Cutting back to the game, fellas.
Yep. So we'll get back into it here. 7 minutes in. Tide is farming reasonably well, and with Naga, but Tide does need those core items. He will go ahead and grab the Arcane Boots, and will most likely be pulling up for a reasonably quick Blink Dagger as his next item of choice.
He needs to blink really badly, but I don't know. At the same time, like if he gets blink, if there's so much good counter initiate, like even if Clockwork hooks in and then he blinks in and ravages, his team can't follow up on that. Is the big problem, because they can't just like walk past the cogs if, let's say, SLTV gets initiated upon. So, yeah.
Yeah. Illusion Rune will be the 8-minute spawn, and it was at the top position. Tide, he's been doing pretty well with rune control, though he doesn't have his bottle on him, which is rather unfortunate. I think it's sitting on the courier. Yep, Archie blows.
One big problem with ahead too, just judging from last game, they lose a lot after like the first 18 minutes. Like they just completely lose steam. So if they're behind after like 15, 16, 17, 18 minutes, then I don't think they're going to be able to come back. They don't really seem like a good comeback team.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Ahead, we just don't have a lot of data. They've played 9 games total as a team, and only one of them has been parsed on that
Funzy doesn't even have snare. He's going full farming build.
Yeah, that's very true. I like the value point in Ensnare as well, mostly just because it's a physical interrupt, and that's just so important. Like you can
it'll force out a shield usually from Abaddon.
Yeah, it's just having that value point. You don't want to level it up with this build. Obviously, Riptide is the go-to, but I don't know. It's all about those value points. I feel like that's a phrase that we use a lot, but it's a point where, like, another good opportunity here, SLTV. I like the value point in Bash. It's only 10%, but, you know, sometimes those big RNG plays do happen.
Big RNG plays.
I mean,
it helps with less hitting too. To be fair.
Well, I mean, what do you think? Is the value point Bash worth it here?
With Sprint buffed, before Sprint got buffed, I would definitely say so. But now that Sprint's been buffed, you really do need max move speed with Sprint. I would say definitely get it by like 8. Let's say. I mean, you still get 1 value point of sprint, right? 20% is already a lot. So 20% of 350, he won't have that much, I suppose.
Yeah, it looks like they wanted to set something up on Sachka, but support is inbound. Miguel will come around the
Oh,
side.
he missed the crush. Where's the cancel, bro?
Oh, no.
Where's the cancel?
But the follow-up just isn't there. Paris will have to retreat.
Man, if he didn't cancel it, they would have gotten it. They would have been able to burst down to Ember.
Yeah.
If he ran back in.
It will be a 4-man rotation, though, from ahead. We've got 4 down here. The only one not with them is Mirana. So it appears they want to pressure this tower. At the very least, they want to put some pressure on this Ember Spirit. I don't think they'll be able to. Double damage rune spawns bottom. Undershock will be able to grab it. Ember Spirit, he hops to the high ground using those Fire Remnant. What? Can you face this Mirana? Smith? Going into draw for class.
Oh, the free farming murder. F-shell.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Right now.
Man, drum gonna come out soon. Watch out.
Adam Times was not getting that much, except on the Naga side. She's neutrals like. Ugh, they lost. Well, the problem is they're not going to have Blink. By the time he has Blink now, Naga's going to have Radiance.
No, this is a... I mean, I'm a little bit more of a Vanguard sympathizer than you are, and SLTV is one of few heroes I don't mind it on, but this is a case where Blink is the priority. You need initiation, you need a way to create space, get aggressive, and just put some pressure on this Naga. By the time he gets Blink, she's going to have Radiance, and at that point, it doesn't matter because he'll Blink in, that Radiance burn going to hurt a little bit, and...
he won't even be able to Blink in.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Band-Aids don't stick to SLTV.
Boom!
Up top, SIGMA in some trouble, but this Dazzle is up here. We'll throw out the Grave, though it's not needed. A little bit of damage going back and forth. Neither side able to secure a kill, and they will just go back to farming. Sachka is making some recovery here as well. 43 last hits compared to the 62 of SLTV, so he is still trailing by a fair bit. Sachka is actually right in the middle of the pack on net worth. Number 5, not trailing by that much. A couple of kills could very quickly turn the tides.
Remember that Sara that we saw yesterday that had Vanguard, Treads, and Blink in 13 minutes?
Yeah.
If this SLTV had that sort of farm, then Vanguard's okay. But with this, it's going to be too little too late. Tidehunter with Blink is just not enough. He's going to have it in 150 gold, but Funzi, his relic is coming out in 700, and he's just been almost under no pressure at all post that salve in middle from Crystal Maiden right after that potential Ravage kill.
Yeah, and the other thing about Naga is you really want to pay attention to the ultimate cooldown. That's the time when you can force out the ultimate. You know you have a 3-minute window to put a lot of pressure on her, and there's nothing she can do. She doesn't have that escape mechanism, and it seems a lot of teams, Head in particular here, are not too privy to that. Like, they got the ultimate burned, that's good, but then you need to use that knowledge. Great power. There was a saying there, but...
Great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's really appropriate. You gotta be responsible with your cooldowns. I don't know where I was going with that.
They need to kill him. This is priority number 1.
Yep, they are gonna head towards the mid. They will take out the tier 1 tower, so that limits some of her farming room, at least making steps in the right direction. Still, farming away, she'll just move into the jungle.
Deep suck.
Oh, SIGMA, she's in some trouble, but Abaddon gets there just in the nick of time. We'll throw out the shield, and Paris gets punished for his overcommit. That's the power of the Abaddon right there, Merlini. He turned that one around.
Get a Grave.
The Lord of Avernus. Yeah, I guess he could have Grave too, but...
I like Lord of Avernus. I think it's a much cooler name.
Oh, it's way cooler.
Do you say Avernus, or some people say Avernus?
Avernus? That's just... that's silly.
I like calling him Lord of
Avernus. You like calling him what?
Lord of Avernus.
I hate that. It took me a while. People kept saying Loa. I didn't know what they were talking about. And I was like, oh, Lord of Avernus. I see. I would have just called him Avernus.
I like Lord of Avernus.
Lord of Avernus. Lord of the Manor.
There's a Moonlight Shadow Initiate on bottom. These two people are completely caught unaware. There's the glyph being used, but Stock just TP.
There's some damage. Oh, next with the default. Does get very few options right here. But Sachka comes in, and the Grave comes out again. An unnecessary Grave. Now Dazzle's left all by his lonesome, and he gets killed. That is going to be a 1-for-1. They did get the tower. Yep, and the tower, and there's still a hook shot available. Thought he may want to go in onto the Mirana.
Naga has 4,300 gold. Your time is
Dire's top
almost
tower
near
is under
Ed.
attack.
And SLTV, he has 700 gold to his blink, but yeah, just 700, 800 gold until that, until that radiance, buddy. This is assuming Funzy plays it correctly though. If he like messes up a lot and gets caught out once SLTV gets his blink, then yeah, Ed will be in a pretty good position. But that's a lot to ask for.
Yeah, and SLTV, I mean, blink is still useful on SLTV even after Naga gets radiance.
yeah,
I see some people in chat saying, "No, you idiots! Blink is stupid when she has
What is
radiance."
he gonna do? Get a Maelstrom and try and hit him down?
Yeah, it's still useful.
That's not gonna
You
work.
can't use it the way you would normally. You got to be a little more aware of the aura, but you can still use it as a great positioning tool, and that's assuming Naga is in every single fight, which she certainly won't be. Pass down bottom, he'll get the cogs out, but that's just gonna keep him getting close with Tide, and okay, hook shot out on the Infernus. Pass trying to pour it out, but Mirana does finish him off. A close call. A little cheeky play there from Pass, but
creating space, that's what's important. Ember has died, Clockwork has died, Disruptor has died, but they still get one tower and they buy a lot of time.
they're just rotating rotating the cycle of suicides so that Funzy can keep farming.
Dude, somebody has to die.
I mean, it sounds like we're joking, but it's actually kind of true. That's the decent strategy. If you can distract the entire 5-man squad of ahead with just a Clockwork and let your Naga keep farming, it is so worth it right now. And this is really going to be a good radiance timing as well. We're looking at like 17 minutes.
That's really
Actually, even earlier than that here, 16 minutes or so, and he'll have the gold.
Creep, Funzy. Yeah, there you go. 1373 gold. There is a Radiance recipe. It is flying out right now. Ahead, I do not think they can pressure this T2. And now the fun begins.
Or lack thereof. Ahead, take out that bottom tower, as you mentioned.
They're like exact same timing, the blink of the Radiance.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ahead is, they have 5,000 gold lead, but the Radiance Naga is just too darn good.
Well, at least Ahead have the right idea. They want to stay aggressive. Now they've knocked down all of the tier 1s.
But like the Vanguard did absolutely nothing. Like,
yeah.
Why did you need the Vanguard?
You're asking the wrong person, my man. I really don't know. But they will smoke up. And ooh, they're going to rotate towards the Dire Secret Shop. Poss, you're going to be in trouble. Rattle Trap, what are you going to do when they come for you? Nice blink from SLTV, connects with the Crush. Arrow on point as well. And this should be an easy kill onto Poss. Nice play from Ahead, but again, not the target that really makes a difference right now. Clockwork is already level 11. He's gotten what he needs to make plays. It's this Naga that they need to shut down.
And the spam continues.
Mm-hmm.
He has picked up 1 point in Snare.
And this is still a window of opportunity to shut down Naga. Even though she has the Radiant, she's still very squishy. That's basically all she has
But they
right
can't
now.
go on her though.
Yeah.
Like
Not easily,
She
at
sent her
least.
images out. I mean, without barring smokes. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe some Ravage.
That.
Obi-Wan Banan, he's going to get the Urn of Shadows. You know, I've seen a lot of these Pro Dazzle players getting urns, and I don't know, it's not an item that I usually grab on my Dazzle. Are you an Urn Dazzle guy?
And
You're a Dazzle guy? Okay. I like more than Urn. I mean, Urn isn't bad.
I got
Shadow Wave.
last night. If you're far, I think I'm good.
Okay, that's
Dazzle. Wave.
low armor, so I really like being the mech carrier to get that extra bit of armor early on, and that's why Medallion is good on him as well.
Here's a reserve reward. Scouts all ahead. There's no way to
A
little bit less. A bit
will be harder to take down
but Naga's not there.
Don't worry, he's got that Vanguard. Oh, there we go. He hops forward, finds Sachka. They throw out the amplified damage. There's the Ravage as well. They drop the Ember and the Crystal Maiden. Very nicely done by Ahead. See how useful that blink is? There you go, SLTV. And
this is without the Naga turn. They should not be fighting without the Naga there. That is just plain and simple. Especially considering 2 hits.
Clockwork with a hook shot. It does interrupt the port, but at what cost right here? He's in big trouble. The amplified damage, the array of stuns. They'll make it a 3-for-0, but again, space created, trying to make room for that Naga.
That's a little bit. That's giving him a little bit too much for space creation.
Okay, it was a feed. I'm trying to be nice to Poss, but it was a nice interrupt, a noble effort, but Undershock was still able to port out.
There wasn't a need to interrupt the TP though.
Yeah.
Well, like if they TP away, they have a better fighting if he hook shots in later. So I actually think it was a bad hook shot.
Oh, like if he'd waited for 2 of them to pour it out and then
Right.
catches 3, they
Right,
could
and
have
then Naga
initiated.
TP's in, and then they start owning. If someone runs away, they clinch them back. Actually, I think, yeah, it still would have been better, I think. And if Naga's in any trouble, all she needs to do is just sleep in TP. There's no way they can kill her at the tower.
That's a really
They
good
have
point.
no way to interrupt it unless there's a long-range arrow, but Mirana has TP like to the T3, and that's just very low probability. So
Yeah.
all in all, Naga 2,100 gold. The pressure is still on ahead. Can they keep this lead up? 7,500 gold lead, 4 ahead.
But Funzy's all alone down here.
Yeah, there's no slaughter. No slaughter, no kill.
Yeah.
No ravage, no kill either.
Yeah, I thought they were going to start to converge, but map awareness is there. Funzy backs
He
up.
doesn't split his images up though. Like they're all gonna get.
Yeah, it's definitely better. Well, Sardar will waste a little bit of mana on it.
Where's the micro Funzy?
Yeah, what you really want to do is just take them individually and put them in different camps, put them in different lanes all
Or just
over the
fail one by
place.
one, so they have to use 3 Slithering Crushes to kill them all.
Right, yeah, putting them together like that is just not the best
It's a
use of
waste.
that cooldown. It's a relatively long cooldown as well. The illusions are up for 30 seconds, the cooldown is 40, and they die pretty quickly. So you want to be a little bit careful. If you suicide all 3 of them, you get stuck without your illusions, and that's part of the power of the Radiance Naga.
Boots travel up, but now the P2 is about to get taken down for Sigma. So now it looks like Roshan has opened up, and Sigma, they can definitely take a fight at Roshan. They all clump for Disruptor Ultimate, Naga Siren Sleep, Aegis Steel, Clockwork, or Hook Shots. There's so many things they can
You know who's
choose.
been underwhelming this game? Disruptor.
Disruptor?
He's usually a playmaker. He's
Yes.
0-1-1. I mean, he's been
They
doing
have
okay.
they have too much damage. They have too